here at home. Emerald Vikings and the Wren Hurricanes, as Emerald coming in as a 15 seed. The Canes coming in as the 10 seeds. You see Jake Hart on the mound. He'll get the start tonight. Canes coming off a big-time ball game against the Westside Rams where they were all tied up at 4, hitting the 6, and the Rams were able to creep away late. Seneca able to two-hit the Vikings a night ago, as Seneca and Westside also will play tonight. And right here at home, you'll have the Vikings and the Canes set to do action. As I talked about, the young gun sophomore right-hander Jake Hart will get the start on the bump, and he'll see Bohite first. Shortstop for the Vikings in the all grays here on the road.
Hey, let's call the game, quit socializing. Let's go.
First one in for strike one. As we talked about, Jake Hart being a sophomore right-hander really had an amazing game in his last time out. As that one misses low. Hopefully I'm not wrong. I believe it was Fountain Inn that night. Of course, the Fury came into this as one of the top seeds in 4A. As Hart comes back with strike two. Swansea and Colson Marino right behind Height. And this top three is Hart deals, and that's swung foul down the third base line. Hart loses the hat. As we stay at 1 and 2, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Of course, we want to become a port sponsor as we come to an end here at home streaming-wise in the athletic year. As that one comes up and in and hits Height on the shoulder, and Hart will have a base runner to start the top of the first. Walks us into Eli Swansea doing the catching tonight for the Vikings. Those are the type of free passes that have hurt the Canes of late in big games. Looking to get that ground ball right back up the middle or pop up here to set up a future double play. Runner stays where he is. Hart having trouble with the hat here to start here in the top of the first. Runner going, and a little hit and run for the Vikings. That one's going to get down and left. Runner's on the move. Height's already at third. Throw in to Pritchard. Throw home. In time as Johnson gets the tag on the back. What a relay into Pritchard. Max Whitfield over there and left. It was a bang-bang play as Height still lays on the plate. One of those calls that if you're a Vikings fan, you can't believe it. If you're a Canes fan, what a start here in the first to keep a run off the board. Swansea stands on second. Colson Marino trying to help himself out, doing the pitching tonight. Of course, got to give credit to the senior and Connor Johnson making the tag as he fixes the gear behind the plate. So Marino steps in. He'll face Hart. Pitcher versus pitcher duel here. Canes able to take 2 of 3 earlier in the season over the Vikings. His first pitch misses away. Hart still having the hat problems with the wind here early. Wind cap relaying some news on that runner at second. 1-0 count here in the top of the first. And Hart Walks Swansea back to the bag. 12 comes set, delivers. He misses low. Now Moreno ahead 2-0 here with 1 out in the top of the first. Tucker Meredith playing first for the Vikings stands on deck. Pickoff move to second, not in time. Hart comes set, takes a look at second. Attacks away as Moreno now ahead 3-0. Walk doesn't kill you here, sets up that double play opportunity at first and second. 3-0 delivery. Misses away, 4-pitch walk for Moreno. It's an early meeting from Landon Smith as he'll walk out of the dugout. Take this time to thank everyone for tuning in all season long through football season, basketball season. I'd like to shout out all the guys who've been a part of the crew, guys like Ethan Mayfield and Austin Tripp, do a lot of the sports throughout the season. If you would like to be a part of that come next year, you can always reach out to Stan Yarborough or me on social media. Plenty of opportunities to be involved. Looks like everything situated. 2 runners on, 1 out for the sophomore here early. For tuning in a little late, Bo Hike got on base with a hit by pitch, and Swansea put one down the left field line. But a perfect relay between a Whitfield and Pritchard was able to throw the runner out at home. Pitch low is Hart. Falls behind 1-0 to Meredith. Emerald, another one of those teams in the Canes region, had to go through Fountain Inn, Lawrence, and Wren. As Hart comes back and attacks with a fastball. West Side, who's also in this side of the bracket as a 7 seed. Hart comes set in a 1-1. He'll walk Swansea back to second here on the top of the first. Sophomore takes a couple looks, time called at the plate. Trying to wiggle his way out of a jam here early. Hit by pitch, a hit and a walk. Here in the top of the first inning. Swing and a miss as Hart jumps ahead 1-2. Now 1 pitch away from making it 2 outs here on the top of the first. Swansea off second, Moreno off of first. Hart comes set in the 1-2, delivers. Off speed away, Johnson loses it as the Vikings double steal here in the top of the first, trying to capitalize on runners in scoring position. Tucker Meredith with a big opportunity with 2 in scoring position. Hurt looking for the K. Two as Hart comes set and delivers. That one's slapped up the middle. Windcap will go to first as the Vikings will get a run, but the Canes will get out number 2. As the Vikings strike first in an elimination game here in Piedmont. Walks us into number 5, Finn Howard playing second. Still a duck on the pond for the Vikings. Beautiful day for baseball here at home as well. First pitch off speed in for strike 1. Oh, 1 misses up. Back to that off-speed pitch. Evens things up at 1 apiece. One delivery. This pops straight up down the first baseline. Second baseman Windcap snips into the right field grass route. Number 3 is the Vikings strike in the first. Canes due up in the bottom half. We come back here on the Wren Broadcast Network.
A 30-second commercial isn't a lot of time to tell you that. It's about time you got the care you deserve. You'll always feel heard by your doctor, never hurried. No unanswered questions, no brief conversations. Just the personalized care that's right for you. So, although this commercial is almost over, we'd love to continue the conversation. Because the more time that our doctors dedicate to you means more time for you to do the things you love. CenterWell Senior Primary Care. It's about time.
Here in Piedmont, Canes will see that awkward right-hander, and Colson Marino walked his first time up in the batter's box. He's on the mound for the Vikings. For the Canes, leadoff man of recent, Shep Windcap, the sophomore second baseman. Max Whitfield, Grayson Austin also due up this half inning for the Canes in their gold jerseys here at home. First pitch for Marino finds the strike zone. He jumps ahead of Windcap. Windcap's been a great addition at the top of this lineup. As he grabs one and puts it down the left field line, and it's going to skate foul in the last second. Could have been a great start for the Canes and 2. Instead, behind 0-2. And what we've seen in warm-ups could be an awkward release in Marino. Windcap stays alive, drives that one back over the building. Marino comes set 0-2. Windcap stays alive again. Marino attacking the strike zone here early. I'll give a shout out. A couple streams happening this week. I believe soccer happening tomorrow night at 7:30. As they start playoff action. Windcap fouls another one back. Also, I believe First Center will have the Canes graduation, or everyone's graduation. Each school in the district.
But ours will be on YouTube.
Just the Canes on YouTube. As that one's called a ball. Vikings fans not happy with that one. As Marino looks to attack again, 1-2. And Windcop's not having it. He stays alive, and if we had a pitch counter, I think would be 8 or 9 here in the first AB for the Canes. Getting close to it. One-two delivery from Marino. Misses low. What an at-bat from the young gun second baseman. Two-two. Misses low. Runs it full, does Shep Windcop. Three-two. Where does Marino go after 3 straight balls? And Windcop says it's going to keep on going. 3-2. You can tell trying to sit back on that off speed, battling off the fastballs. Can't swing at anything in the dirt here. 3-2. Marino comes set. Misses high, and Windcop works a walk. What an at-bat to start this one for the Canes. As that brings us into Max Whitfield, who's had himself a nice couple of swings in the last couple of ball games. Got hit twice against the Rams, 2 hit by pitches. Windcop, who just got on, went 1 for 3 against the Rams last night. Whitfield steps in, ready to go. Looking to bunt. That one falls foul. Know the wheel's on 4 if he can put that down the left third base line. Bunt down the left field line would be pretty cool too.
I'd like that.
Think it would take a swing to do that. Jumped ahead 0-2 against Windcop. Does Marino do the same? He'll pick off instead. Windcop's back safely. Grayson Austin, shortstop, stands in the on-deck circle. Would love to have a guy in scoring position for 6 as they take another look at Windcop. Ethan Mayfield giving you a little side-by-side look at Windcop and Whitfield. Marino comes set in the 0-1. And Whitfield puts one up and over her head. Oh, so close to the ticket line.
Miss Tollison right there.
Yeah, Miss Tollison. Almost got a greeting with a baseball. 0-2. Moreno comes set. And delivers. Comes inside. Whitfield takes the ball. Hard to outdo what Chev Wincop did. Whitfield trying to do it. 1-2. Pick-off move for Wincop. Not in time. Two's back in safely. So they know how aggressive the Canes have been on the base pass this season. Misses low, and Whitfield's back even 2-2. And after the last couple of games here on broadcast, got to think usually that's a strike for Max Whitfield, so he'll take it. 2-2 as Moreno comes set. And Whitfield slaps one in the center. Center fielder takes a couple steps back. He won't have to go far as a hard hit baseball in the center gets Moreno out number one. But gotta love the at-bats here early for the Canes as Grayson Austin steps in. Not a part of the top of the stats last night against the Rams, but we know what Six has done this season in moments like this early. Pick-off move for Wincop. Two's having fun sliding back into first. A little change at the top is Skylar Johnson now in the 4-hole. Carson behind him. Coop behind CB as first pitch clips the bottom of that strike zone for strike one. That one just a little bit better than that Whitfield ball in the last AB. Moreno comes set, looks at Wincop again. Ball gets away from Meredith, but not far enough. Behind Coop, McCaffrey, and right, Ty Youngblood doing the DH duties, and Bolton Pritchard at third rounds out the 9 as Moreno comes set and steps off again. And Wincop getting in the head of Moreno here early. Popped up. Looks like it could get behind the net. And it'll hit top of the building where Randall Thompson resides. Up top doing score and all the music while doing PA. A lot more than me. 0-2 with one out. Canes trying to answer after the Vikings scored one in the top of the first. And what could have been more than one. Moreno steps off again. Comes set in an 0-2. And Austin grounds one to third. Throw over to first. Dropped, and Austin safe. Canes will have him first and second with one out. Meredith pleading his case. Austin had to turn on the wheels here early. And can the Canes capitalize off of some Viking mistakes? As Connor Johnson, the senior catcher, steps in. Of course, his heroic moment against the Raiders on senior night will be remembered here on the Wren Broadcast Network. Big chance here early to capitalize against an in-region rival. Time called. Moreno takes a walk around the mound. What looked like Colson had kind of figured out the Canes there for a second. Got ahead 0-2 in back-to-back ABs. As Johnson laces one through and hole. Wincop rounds third, and he's going to stop right there. Canes will have him loaded with one out here in the bottom of the first. Johnson matches the hit in the top of the first. Gage Knighton will be your courtesy runner. And a big opportunity for a big bat in Carson Bryant, who went 3 for 4 last night against the Rams. So he's getting hot at the right time. But if you know anything about this kid, it feels like he's on a tear every time he touches a athletic surface. Nowhere to put the young rising superstar. Marino takes a look at Wincop, delivers, and Bryant watches strike one. And that's what Marino's been really good at here early, is jumping ahead of these Canes batters. Knighton off first, Austin off second. Wincop off third. Catcher loses it. That one's going to be a ball in the dirt. And crazy thing about this, the one out in the inning might be the hardest hit ball of the inning for Max Whitfield. Directly to center. Of course, Carson with that homer just a few weeks ago. Got the power to do it. Marino comes set and fires. Bryant grabs one, lifts it into right. Right fielder comes on, touches it. It gets through his glove. That'll score one. Austin rounds third. He'll get sent. Throw not in time. And now they have Canes got in a pickle between third and short as the Canes scored two. Can they track down one? And no one's there to catch it at third. They're going to stay where they are at second and third with one out here in the bottom of the first. And everything that could go right if you're a Hurricane is done exactly that with one out here in the bottom of the inning. And now you walk into a bigger situation with Coop Sanders stepping in. Back-to-back errors, which looked like was going to be an easy catch and right. Sneaks through the glove, and then they catch a Cane runner in a pickle. No one there to cover the bag at third. Big chance here in the first. Moreno misses for ball one. First time I think this inning a Canes batter started out 1-0. Back set as Moreno delivers. That one grabs a piece of the strike zone. Coop Ansley looks up and is thinking, that didn't look much better than the last one. Big Coop chance from the dugout, and a 1-1. And he grabs one and lifts it into right. Right fielder takes a couple steps back. He'll catch it. Canes will tag from third. Throw in not in time. The Canes add on another one. They lead by 2. Sack fly from Coop Sanders. Canes still have one on the pond. Right fielder Colin McCaffrey. Just looking for a big swing to grab that last and final run that the Canes had on from the bases loaded situation. First pitch back into the strike zone for Marino. And you gotta kind of feel bad for Colson Marino and what should have been at the maximum, a tie ball game, and out of the inning. Now he's trying not to give up 4 here in the first. 1-1. McCaffrey goes after it. Makes it 1-2 with 2 outs. Marino comes back with a low ball. Evens it up 2 apiece for McCaffrey. Canes trying to squeeze all of the juice they can get out here in the bottom of the first. That one's fouled back behind us. Bryant leads off third, 2-2, Marino versus McCaffrey. That one misses away, and McCaffrey now threatening a quality at-bat walk here with 2 outs. Misses up, McCaffrey works on another walk for the Canes. That puts him on the corners with 2 outs, and Ty Youngblood doing the DH duties tonight. Had a triple last night versus the Rams. Of course, the Canes, one of those seldom teams that their pitchers are POs. So good opportunity for a guy like Ty Youngblood to get some DH reps at the high school level, and he's done exactly that this season. Bolton Pritchard in the 9-hole stands on deck as the Canes threatening to go through the lineup. And Youngblood grabs one and rips it into left. That'll score 1, put him on first and second. How about Ty Youngblood? 4-1 Canes here in the bottom of the first. And in the 9-hole, maybe the guy that can do the most damage is Bolton Pritchard. Gap finder for the Canes. One of those guys not at the top of the stats last night against the Rams, but as always came up in clutch moments as he swings through strike 1. Also got the privilege to see Bolt play a little Legion ball last year. Marino back to that fastball, evens things up at 1 apiece. Two-out rally for the Canes here on the first. Pick-off move, not in time. Youngblood back safely. And Marino steps off in a 1-1. So the Vikings walk in on the road, put up 1 in the top of the first. What felt like could have been more, and the Canes have responded and some as Marino gets strike 2 with the off speed. One, 2 as Marino comes set. Misses low. Canes double stealing, and it will be converted. I messed it up, guys. Apologize for the scoreboard. Austin will fix it for me. Runners on second and third here with 2 outs. And a 2-2. Misses low, and Bolton now threatening a walk as the quality of these at-bats here in the first inning have been playoff worthy. Reno comes set. And that's strike 3 as Bolt watches it. Marino gets out. Vikings score 1 in the top half. Canes respond with 4 in the second. Here at home on Wren Broadcasting.
Looking for a transportation partner that's got it all? Choose Compass for seamless international and domestic freight solutions. Need full truckload, LTL, LCL, FCL, or air freight cargo moved? No problem. Choose Compass. Trust Compass Logistics, Inc. to handle your imports, exports, and domestic shipments with speed, precision, and value. Compass Logistics, Inc., where your cargo meets its destination with ease.
Is your current home cramping your style? Or maybe your nest has become too empty? Selling a home on your own can be frustrating and confusing, not to mention all that paperwork. Don't lose sleep stressing over selling your home. Glenn and Alicia Klinger serve the greater Greenville, South Carolina market and will help you get your home sold and find a new one that best fits your list of wants and needs. You can spend your time dreaming of your next home.
Back here at home, Jake Hart back on the rubber looking for a quick top of the second. Aaron Polly, the third baseman, will start out in the batter's box for the Vikings. Looking for their counter punch here in the top of the second. First pitch finds a strike zone. That's what's big for Hart here, especially early going. Let your defense play with a lead. Swinging, foul, tipped backwards. Jumps head 0-2. Johnson doing the catcher's duties behind the plate. Left to right on the infield. Pritchard at third. Austin at short. Windcop second. First, Big Coop Sanders as usual. As that one's slapped into left, Whitfield makes a jog towards the fence, and he'll make the play a couple steps in front of it for out number 1. Walks us into the DH and Thomas Hodges. Of course, talked about the Canes. POs don't hit. Colson Marino does hit for the Vikings, so Pete Gillespie playing left won't hit in the 9-man lineup for the Vikings as Hodges gets hit by pitch number 1. But if you're Jake Hart playing the time game, 1 ground ball and you get out a little bit quicker. If you're a Cane fan, that's what you want here is Ethan Metz steps in, playing right tonight for the Vikings. So big swing and miss from Metz. Hart ahead again. Back-to-back first pitch strikes for 12. Got the off-speed by him, quickly 0-2. Looks a lot like that Aaron Polly AB. 12 comes set, takes a look at first, delivers. Nice block from Johnson, throw down to second, is going to get him by a mile. Got him in a pickle, fake throw, and he gets tagged in the back. Connor Johnson. What a play from the senior catcher for out number 2. That clears the bases. Oh, time called. That usually doesn't end in something that's good for the Canes. Looks like hopefully nothing's going to change. We'll have 2 outs and no one on. We'll see. Looks like Hodges is making the jog back to the dugout, so I believe it'll be 0-2 with 2 outs, or 1-2 with 2 outs. After the block and throw down from the senior catcher and Connor Johnson. And now Hart 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Oh, and what looked like the end of an inning is not. 2-2 now with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Big out number 3 from Hart. The throwdown from Johnson. And Vikings don't respond in the top of the second.
Don't worry, your house will sell in no time. Let's hope for the best. Congratulations. Brick houses tend to make life easier. Building an all-brick home can make all the difference in resale value. Choose brick and enjoy peace of mind wherever life may take you.
Throwdown for the Vikings as the top of the lineup back. Due up for the Canes is Shep Wincott trying to start out the second like he did the first. Here's some soccer going on behind us. We got the AD up here. We'll get some scores eventually. Wincott steps back in. Again, top of the lineup, him, Whitfield, Austin due up here in the second. First pitch misses for ball 1. Reno misses up. Wincott ahead 2-0. Steps out just for a second, able to regroup, right back in. And that one finds the bottom of the strike zone. Reno maybe the second time through changing the approach to these Canes batters. 2-1 delivery. Right back at it, 2-2. As Marino climbs back in. Marino looking for a K to start his side of the inning. Wincott looking for a knock as that one's going to skate foul. Two versus 14 has had a fun battle thus far. 14 delivers. Wincott right back to doing his thing. Staying alive in a 2-strike count. If you're Coleman Marino, last guy you want to see right now is 2. 2-2 delivery. Goes high, and Shep works it full. Is it the same story of last? Able to work a walk in his first time up. 3-2 delivery. And Wincop grabs that one and lifts it into left for a loud out number 1. And Max Whitfield, who's got the hardest hit ball of the night, steps back in. Lined out to center his first time up. Off the bat, you would have thought Wincop was scoring. Can he find a gap here? Off-speed pitch in for strike 1. Something Marino's went back to more this second time around. Misses close. That one finds the strike zone, 1-2. As now he's ahead of Whitfield here with 1 out. Grayson Austin stands on deck. Whitfield stays alive. Misses away, and Whitfield works it even. Fourteen delivers, misses low. Whitfield runs it full. Canes and Vikings 3 wins away from each other. Region play, 8 for the Canes, 5 for the Vikings. As that one finds the inside corner for strike 3. Whitfield can't believe it as Marino has outnumbered 2. And Grayson Austin will step in for the Canes. Able to beat out a error from the Vikings his first time up. That one gets behind the catcher. Eli Swansea doing the catching duties for the purple and gray tonight. Speed misses up as Austin's jumped ahead 2-0. Three straight balls for Austin. Connor Johnson, who's got an RBI single, stands in the on-deck circle. As Marino comes back, as he tries to climb back into this one. (3-1) delivery from 14. Austin gets the knob of that one. Second baseman comes on for out number 3 as the Canes can't extend it, but it's still Canes by 3, 4-1 as we head to the third here in Piedmont.
Thank you to Consolidated Pipe and Supply for sponsoring the Wren Broadcast Network. For all your piping supplies, business or residential, we do it all. Just give us a call. Consolidated Pipe and Supply, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, 864-964-9370, 1727 Whitehorse Road.
When I walk walk into Sparrow Financial, they know me by name. They make you feel at home.
We have our personal checking account, we have our business account. My boys are the beneficiaries of that too with their accounts at Sparrow.
They truly care about you and helping you understand what your best options are going to be.
From in-branch to online, it's personality and relationships. And that's what we'll be there for quite some time.
If you want financial freedom, they got your back.
I wouldn't pick any other banking institution other than Sparrow Financial.
Here at home, Hart back on the rubber as the Canes lead by 3. Canes softball in playoff action as well, as they're losing to Lancaster at the moment, 3-2. We'll keep you updated throughout this one. Cody Scott in the batter's box, first up for the Vikings. He'll see strike one. Back-to-back strikes for Hart. Looking for a big out. One is the sophomore. Slaps at it. Pritchard charging. Bobbles it. And Cody Scott's going to work on after a reach of a swing. Hart had him dead to rights. Canes can't capitalize, and Bo Height steps in with a runner on. Right back into the strike zone for Hart as he jumps ahead 0-1. Feels like 12's kind of in a groove at the moment. As that one's grabbed and slapped into left. Whitfield sprinting back. He'll make the play for out number 1. Long throw in, not going to be back in time. But a big first out as Whitfield able to cover some ground. Gets us to Eli Swansea. Had a double in his first at-bat. Canes able to throw out Hyde at home. First pitch swinging. 2 different philosophy changes, as you can see. Hart able to grab first strikes. Emerald kind of getting aggressive here in the top of the 3rd. Throw down from Johnson, as it'll take Wincop off the bag. Makes it 1-1 with 1 out, runner in scoring position for Swansea. Hart just misses, falls behind 2-1. And Swansea grabs another one, rips it to center, right to Carson Bryant. for out number 2. And the Canes outfield looking like a no-fly zone here early. Colson Marino steps in. He got maybe pitched around his first AB, 4-pitch walk. We'll see if Hart attacks him here. Misses low. Hart right back at him, evens things up 1 apiece. Marino with another opportunity to help himself split the difference here. Hart misses low with the off speed and falls behind 2-1. Hart comes set, takes a look at second, delivers. Right back to the inside half of the strike zone to even things up 2 apiece. Sophomore trying to keep it where it is. 2-2, 2 outs, top of the 3rd. Comes set, delivers. Misses away and runs things full to Marino. Canes try to keep it right here so they can extend it in the home half. Full count delivery. Misses low. Marino works a walk. Which walks us into Tucker Meredith, who had an RBI single his first time up. Two loud outs here in the 3rd as well for the Vikings. Nice block from Johnson. Horde comes set, and a 1-0 takes a look at second. And that one's popped up, coming towards the fans. Falls behind the building, directly behind it. Off speed, big pitch from Hart. Throw down to second. Not in time. But Hart now ahead 1-2 after the big time off speed pitch. Now 1 pitch away from wiggling out of 1 scoring position. Meredith already got an RBI to his name. Hart looking for another K. Meredith grabs that one. Carson Bryant tucked under it for out number 3 as he gets 2 of the 3 outs, and we get to the bottom of the 3rd. Here at home, an elimination game. It's playoff season.
You want your day to be perfect, whether it's your wedding, prom, pageant, or homecoming. Demetra Designs understands. Voted best in the Upstate, Demetra Designs is the Upstate's largest full-service bridal emporium, featuring top designers for pageant, homecoming, and prom, offering the selection of a major city retailer. From hair to makeup to photos, Demetra is committed to making all eyes turn when you enter the room. Visit our website right now. Print your instant Demetra formal wear savings coupon. Demetra Designs Bridal Emporium, Pleasantburg Drive, Greenville.
You've been there through it all, from first steps to new adventures, from major milestones to the smallest moments. You've been there every step of the way, supporting our dreams and celebrating our success.
Hey, Wren Hurricane fans, ready to catch all the action this season? Look no further than the GoFan app, your one-stop shop for season tickets and game tickets to every Wren Hurricane athletic event. With GoFan, it's never been easier to secure your seat and support your team. Just download the app, find your game, and purchase your tickets in a snap. Don't miss out on any of the excitement. Get your tickets now on GoFan and cheer on the Hurricanes to victory.
Back here at home, Coleman Marino back on the mound for the Vikings in a 4-1 ball game, favoring your Wren Hurricanes, who come in as the 10 seed. Trying to stay alive here today at home. Connor Johnson due up. He's already got an RBI single to his name. Look to keep it going. Make it 2 for 2 here on a Tuesday afternoon. First pitch away. West Side beating Seneca 2-1 on the road. Marino attacks inside half the plate, even things up 1 apiece. Johnson reaches at it. Marino jumps ahead 1-2. Johnson, Bryant, Coop Sanders due up for the Canes. One, two misses outside. Two with no one out. Johnson trying to stay alive, and he will as it runs full. Carson Bryant in the on-deck circle. And Johnson grabs one and sends it to right. Right fielder takes a couple steps backwards. And he'll tuck under it for out number 1. Carson Bryant back in the right-handed batter's box. Was a part of that crazy 2-error play for the Vikings that scored the Canes 2. First pitch misses up. Two nothing to Carson Bryant. Coop Sanders on deck. Colin McCaffrey in the hole as that one misses up. Carson threw it in the 4-pitch walk here with 1 out. And not a guy, if you're a Viking, you want sitting on the base pass. 3-0 delivery from Marino. Misses away, 4-pitch walk for the sophomore center fielder. Coop Sanders steps in, a sac fly, his first time in the box. Looks like a conversation between Marino and a Vikings pitching coach. It looks like Marino's day will be done as Vikings will turn to a new arm. Coop Sanders back in the box when we come back here in the bottom of the third.
Thanks for watching the Wren Broadcast Network. If you'd like to become a sponsor, email Austin Tripp or Stan Yarborough for more information.
Are you looking for a brand new home in the Greenville, South Carolina area? With so many builders and communities, how can you be sure you will get the best deal? Realtor Glenn Klinger specializes in new home sales. Glenn is new home sales and residential construction certified and an expert in new homes in Greenville. So why take a chance on missing out on the perfect new home?
AutoDose Smart Machine. Like a Bosch. Saving water, be more green. Like a Bosch. Dishes dry straight away. Like a Bosch. Energy gets label A. Like a Bosch. Healthy food longer fresh. Like a Bosch. Eat 'em all, much less trash. Like a Bosch. Live more sustainably, like a Bosch, with many solutions that can lead to a better way of living. From Bosch.
Thank you to our team physicians and athletic trainers for the excellent sports medicine care they provide to our school and community. St. Francis Sports Medicine and Bon Secours Piedmont Orthopedics. Together, we keep you moving.
Thank you for considering G-Force for your parking lot project. Each G-Force location is veteran-owned and uses the latest and greatest Graco state-of-the-art equipment with onboard computers and laser technologies for perfect results every time. We hope you'll choose G-Force for all your pavement marking needs.
At Papa Bear Car Wash, we are taking your typical car wash experience and putting a personal touch on it here in South Carolina. At Papa Bear, you don't just get a clean, dry, shiny car. You also get a feeling of family and a community partner, always supporting great local causes in our communities. Here at PB, we have incredible fundraising opportunities to serve sports teams, clubs, nonprofits, churches, and more. Car washing is our passion. Family is at our core. Only the best for the PB family. See you soon.
Back here at home, new pitcher on the mound, Bo Height. As Marino goes to left, Peyton Gillespie goes to second. Finn Howard will be your new shortstop as Sanders swings at pitch number 1. Bo Height leading off for the Vikings, started off at short. Sanders calls time. Runner takes off, throw down, not in time as Bryant was about to pick the baseball up for him and hand it to him. He thought about it. Makes it 1-1 to Sanders. Now runner in scoring position for Big 30. That one is strike 3. Kyle McCaffrey steps in with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Caffrey worked a walk his first time up. Ty Youngblood standing on deck. Out an RBI single right behind him. Height looking for the bottom of the strike zone. Won't get it. Bo definitely a little bit quicker velocity with the Vikings here in the bottom of the third. That one gets a little bit up, even things at 1. Caffrey would argue, same spot. Here with 2 outs. Runner with a good jump. Carson Bryant's trying to steal home. Catcher a little off guard, but he's able to get it to Height for out number 3. Bryant trying to steal some momentum. Won't capitalize, but Canes still lead 4-1 as we head to the 4th here at home.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Greenville, South Carolina market? Look no further than Klinger Real Estate. For years, Alicia and Glenn Klinger have been the trusted names in the Greenville market, offering expert knowledge and personalized service. They know the market inside and out and will help you every step of the way. So whether you're buying your dream home or selling your property, they are committed to making the process smooth and stress-free. Klinger Real Estate, where experience meets excellence. Call today and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
Here at home, Jake Hart back on the rubber for the Canes in a 4-1 lead. Finn Howard first due up for the Vikings. Hart looking for a quick one here as he kind of gets on a roll. Vikings quickly line out to left. Max Whitfield waiting out there for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Will definitely help Hart in his pitch count. Aaron Polly. Also lined out to Max Whitfield his last time up. Right back at him, evens things up at 1. Pally, big hack at the 1-1 makes it 1-2 in favor of Jake Hart. Off speed finds the bottom of the strike zone as Hart gets his second K of the evening. Thomas Hodges, the DH, steps in here in the top of the 4th. Ground ball to third. Pritchard steps across the line. As that one rolls just foul. Quickly 0-1 to Thomas Hodges. Hart starts off the fourth with one pitch out and a strikeout. How does he get out number 3? That one's lifted in between short and left. Whitfield comes on to make the play for out number 3. What a play from the senior left fielder, Max Whitfield. 3 up, 3 down for Hart as we head to the bottom of the fourth here in Piedmont.
Lumber, now hiring Pittsburgh area manager trainees. Apply today and receive an $840 signing bonus.
Thanks for watching the Wren Broadcast Network. If you'd like to become a sponsor, email Austin Tripp or Stan Yarborough for more information. Bottom of the fourth, Canes still clinging to that 3-run lead, and they got in the first inning. Colin McCaffrey due up for the Canes. Ty Youngblood and Bolton Pritchard, bottom 3 in the Canes order. Bo Height still on the mound after coming in relief for Colson Marino. They're late in the third. First pitch away. Colin worked to walk his last time up. Youngblood had an RBI single, and Pritchard struck out his first time in the box. It's McCaffrey now ahead 2-0. $3-0. McCaffrey threatening his second walk of the ball game here. Height right back in at 3-1. Again, Height. No change in velocity for the Canes batters. That one misses low and away. 5-pitch walk for 5. And Ty Youngblood, who had a nice rib into left center, back in the box as the DH tonight. Get some guys on and over for Bolton, Chip, and Max. All the next 3 in the lineup for the Canes as McCaffrey back in safely. First time the Canes had a runner on. Windcamp got a lot of attention. Bunt pulled back for Youngblood. Jumps ahead 1-0. Moving quickly here in Piedmont. Here in the bottom of the fourth. Youngblood pulls back the bunt, now ahead 2-0. I believe last time we looked, Westside still leads 3-1 over the Bobcats, who's hosting tonight. Youngblood fouls that one back.
Canes would take on the loser of that game, and just like a college baseball regional, after you keep yourself alive, if you beat, let's say the Bobcats lose, you got to go on the road and beat Westside twice, as you see right there. Westside and Seneca, two tough teams to fall in a bracket with the Canes. As Youngblood fouls that one back, evens it up 2 apiece. Two runner off first. No one out here in the bottom of the 4th. Youngblood, we'll see if he's swinging away as they check on McCaffrey one last time. Canes have had a double steal workout early for him. Not much else. 2-2 from Height. Youngblood chops it in the ground, short throw to second. First not in time, as they'll just get one. And it's Bolton Pritchard, who struck out his first time up, will step back in. Puts the leadoff guy, and Shep Windcop on deck as well. So we talk about a lot during baseball broadcasts, just trying to extend this lead for the Canes. Runner takes off, throw down high as Youngblood's in safely. So I believe the first pitch was a ball. And scoreboard confirms that. Bolton now with a runner in scoring position here in the 4th. Height comes set, delivers. Canes taking another one. Youngblood in safely, back-to-back stolen bases for 20. Here with one out. Pritchard also ahead 2-0, a single away from, as we said, extending this lead. And now Randy will have a quick conversation with the home plate umpire. 2-0 for BP3. Time called from behind the plate. Big opportunity for 3. Height comes set, takes a look at Youngblood off third. Gets that off speed in for strike 3. I guess those stolen bases were cold strikes. That's what I was trying to figure out as well. But it is strike 3. Shep Windcap steps in, trying to drive in that runner from third. Not to give me an excuse or an out or anything, I was also going off the scoreboard here at home to confirm myself. But both of us were wrong. And they'll walk Shep Windcop, as that tells you a little bit about the sophomore and what he's been doing with the bat in his hands and his at-bats. That's not a guy the Vikings want to see. It also sets up a little 3 out at second if you're the Vikings faithful tuning in here on the road. Max Whitfield, the senior left fielder, steps in. And man, did he grab a hold of a baseball on his first time up. Fake throw down to second as the Canes let Windcap run. Puts two in the scoring position for Max Whitfield here. Another opportunity for the senior. Time called from Whitfield at home. Off-speed comes inside. Whitfield turns around as to wear it, but doesn't clip him. Now 4 ahead versus the 4 on the mound in Bow Height. Bounces to the plate. Nice block from Swansea. 2-1 now with 2 outs. Whitfield takes a hack at that, evens things up at 2 apiece. As Height trying to keep this thing where it is. Whitfield trying to open the door a little bit more, give the Canes a little bit more breathing room as we hit the back end 5, 6, 7. Big momentum shifter here. Height comes set, takes a look at Youngblood off third, delivers. And misses high. Whitfield works it full. Three, 2 outs. Youngblood off third, Windcap off second. Height comes set, delivers. High speed misses up. Whitfield works a walk for Grayson Austin to step in and try to do some damage here in the 4th. And what feels like a moment for 6 here in the middle of this one. We'll see what this entails for the junior shortstop. Golfs the first one in the left. That one's going to get down and all over the wall. That'll at least score 2. Whitfield's rounding third. They'll send him. Stutters a little bit. Halfway, sliding in, safe. A 3-run double for Grayson Austin. Opens this one up in the 4th. 7-1, the Canes lead in elimination game here in Piedmont. How about Big G coming in clutch for the Canes? And that feels like it takes a little weight off the shoulders if you're a Hurricane fan. It's now Connor Johnson with a chance to keep it rolling. He's already got an RBI single tonight. First time Austin got on, maybe with a little luck this time, slaps one down the line and left. Bases clearing double brings us to Connor Johnson. Time called from 27. And for Height and Marino, it's been a lot of the same story. Couple opportunities to get out of it and couldn't, as Austin back in safely at second. First pitch outside. Strike as he jumps ahead of Johnson. Carson Bryant stands on deck. Pick off with no throw. Westside leads Seneca 5-1. As when we're not playing each other, it's good to see our region win some playoff games. Prove just how hard it is to play in this side of 4A. As that one misses closely. Evens it up at 1-1 with 2 outs for Connor. CJ27 looking for a hole to bring Austin in and reward him for that bases clearing double. Misses up as Johnson works ahead. One as Height comes set. Takes a look at Austin, delivers off speed in for strike 2. Heights went back to that a couple times. Looking to dial it in. But hasn't been able to get those big strikeout pitches to land. Two as Height steps off again. Comes set. Takes a look at second, delivers. And Johnson off the knob will skirt foul down the left field line. Deep breath from 27. 2-2 with 2 outs. Canes have already capitalized off of bases loaded, trying to keep it rolling if they can here in the 4th. Misses low, and Austin's got a stolen base off the missed block. Also works at full 3-2. Carson Bryant once again on deck. And strike 3 called for Height, but the Canes capitalize. Grayson Austin bases clear and double. Makes it 7-1 as we enter the 5th clear and
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Greenville, South Carolina market? Look no further than Klinger Real Estate. For years, Alicia and Glenn Klinger have been the trusted names in the Greenville market, offering expert knowledge and personalized service. They know the market inside and out and will help you every step of the way. So whether you're buying your dream home or selling your property, they are committed to making the process smooth and stress-free. Klinger Real Estate, where experience meets excellence. Call today and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
Is your current home cramping your style? Or maybe your nest has become too empty? Selling a home on your own can be frustrating and confusing, not to mention all that paperwork. Don't lose sleep stressing over selling your home. Glenn and Alicia Klinger serve the greater Greenville, South Carolina market and will help you get your home sold and find a new one that best fits your list of wants and needs. You can spend your time dreaming of your next home.
guys that was talked about could be in the running for player of the game tonight. So if you're watching, leave a comment who you think is player of the game thus far. Talked about guys like Ty Youngblood, Grayson Austin. After that last half inning, kind of threw his name in the hat. But, of course, everyone tunes in, gets a say. And it's Hart trying to go back to work and do it quickly. Ethan Metz, Cody Scott, Bo Height due up for the Vikings this inning. Hart back in the strike zone, evens things up one apiece. Ever since that first inning where what could have been 2 or more from 12 turned into only 1, and ever since then it feels like 12's been in a groove as we're already in the 5th. Misses low as he falls behind 3-1. Right back into it, runs it full, 3-2 with no one out. Working fast, ground ball to second. Wincop fields it cleanly, throw over in time, big out number 1 as Hart works back into it after starting it off 3-1. Cody Scott, who, if you remember, his last time up, had 2 straight strikes, had that little reaching slapper to third, and Pritchard couldn't handle it. Able to get on after the bobble. Oh, speed misses low. Feels like 12 is into his groove and moving quickly. Slap to short. Austin charging off the side of the glove, and Cody Scott gets on the same way he did last time. So Cody Scott playing his luck tonight. Bo Height will step in. Now pitching for the Vikings. Started things off at short. Started this baseball game with a hit by pitch in his front shoulder. Hart misses away for ball 1. Height grabs that one, rips it into center. Bryant charging will keep the runners where they are. Back-to-back knocks for the Vikings. Have them on first and second with 1 out. As Eli Swansea, who had a double in that first inning, will step in. Hart's been able to work out of these jams all night long. Can he do it once more as that off-speed's in for strike 1? And the growth of 12, as we'll see in the coming years, should be fun to watch in the blue and gold. Off-speed, nice block from Johnson as the runners stay where they are. As he's had a couple game-changing plays from behind the plate. Senior. One of those group of seniors trying to keep the ball rolling here in 2025. Hart comes set. Takes a look at second, delivers. That one's slapped over the bullpen right behind us. 1-2 with 1 out. What would be a big-time strikeout with 2 on, 1 out as 12 comes set. Takes a look at second, delivers. Off speed is Swansea barely stays alive. Swansea himself had a couple big plays from behind the plate tonight. Looking for one with his bat. As Hart comes set. And delivers. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop diving play. Can't get to it off the first bounce. And everyone will be safe with one out at the top of the fifth. As the Vikings trying to claw their way back into this one. Colson Marino started on the mound, moved into left field. 4-pitch walk his first time up. Getting two teams in a tough region. No one gonna throw the white flag or hang it up on elimination night. First off-speed pitch misses low. Maybe the biggest jam we've seen for 12 so far tonight. Right back at him with a fastball, evens things up one apiece. Seneca trying to claw their way back into it. It's 5-3 Rams. Hart comes setting a 1-1. Off speed misses low. Marino, Meredith on deck. Finn Howard in the hole for the Vikings as Landon Smith will have a chat with Jake Hart. Looks like Hart will stick in it. 2-1, 1 out. After the quick chat from a guy I got to go to high school with, Landon Smith, real talented right-hander. Or was it? I said right-hander just based off of totality. Most people are right-handed. I really don't know if Landon Smith was righty or lefty. 2-1 for Hart. Finds that outside corner, evens things up at 2 apiece. Borderline. Big time pitch. 2-2 with 1 out. Looking for the bottom of the zone, can't find it. Runs it full. And nowhere to put Marino. Comes, sets, delivers. Swing and a miss. Big time pitch from Jake Hart for out number 2. That keeps them loaded, and Tucker Meredith will step in. As Jake Hart tries to become a magician here in the top of the 5th. Nice play from Johnson. Tucker Meredith already got an RBI early in this one. The only RBI for the Vikings thus far. Second pitch comes inside for strike 1. Block from Johnson keeps everyone where they are. As Meredith grabs control, 2-1. 2-1, 2 outs, bases loaded here in the top of the 5th. Ground ball to third. Pritchard picks it cleanly. Throw over to first. In time. Jake Hart gets out of it. It's still 7-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th right here at home on Elimination Night.
Are you looking for a brand new home in the Greenville, South Carolina area? With so many builders and communities, how can you be sure you will get the best deal? Realtor Glenn Klinger specializes in new home sales. Glenn is new home sales and residential construction certified and an expert in new homes in Greenville. So why take a chance on missing out on the perfect new home?
Thank you for considering G-Force for your parking lot project. Each G-Force location is veteran-owned and uses the latest and greatest Graco state-of-the-art equipment with onboard computers and laser technologies for perfect results every time. We hope you'll choose G-Force for all your pavement marking needs.
You could see Seneca creeping back into it at home versus the Rams as they hit to the bottom of the 5th. You're a Canes fan that wants to know how this one can end quicker than usual. Canes can score 4 and win by 10 as we're already in the 5th. But a lot of work to do if you want that. Canes just trying to keep this lead as we approach the final 3. Height versus Carson Bryant to start things out. First pitch misses up for ball 1. You also see the differences in just a methodical progression of pitching between Hart and Height as that one misses low. Kind of feel like Hart had gotten into his groove. I mean, he was kind of feeling good, working fast. Height, after the last couple innings, kind of slowing it down, taking his time after each pitch. As that one misses up. Thing about baseball is it's a lot mentally over physically. As Height attacks with a fastball. Makes it 3-1. Ladybugs and moths having a field day tonight.
We need bug spray. Pronto.
As that one misses up, Carson Bryant works a 5-pitch walk. Big Coop Sanders could definitely be one of those guys. If you're a Cane fan that wants to see this end in a 10-run rule, he could get you 2 quick ones here. And I mentioned C1 because Stan Yarbrough got the call on the first one against the Patriots. Big Coop calls time. First pitch up. Seneca looking like they could figure a way back against the Rams. That one comes in. Did it hit him? Seneca's taking the lead 7-5. They call it a foul ball here for the Canes and Vikings. 1-1 for Big Coop. Quick pick-off move, not in time. If we had a replay, I would show you that 100% hit Coop's hand. I thought it instantly, but no replay to look at. As Height takes another look at first. One. He rips a hold of that one. Quick throw to second, not in time, and Coop is safe at first. No one out, 2 on in the bottom of the 5th. Speed from Big 30. He'll get some love from the fans. As I know, as he was running down the line, it was like the intro to Cars. Landon McQueen, I am speed. 2 on, no one out for Colin McCaffrey, who's worked 2 walks so far tonight. Time called. Randy Thompson looks like he's going to make a change at first. Coop will sit down. We got a new number, so we'll get you in. I got the first name in Peyton. Couldn't get the last from Randall. Peyton Batchelor, I believe, ran against Southside a week ago as well. Height fakes the attempted pickoff here in the bottom of the 5th. McCaffrey squares around, pulls back 1-0. Saw a couple guys attempt to lay down tonight. McCaffrey, Whitfield, and Youngblood come to mind. That one misses up, 2-0 to McCaffrey. And now, what I talked about before the inning started is starting to look like could happen here in the bottom of the 5th. The Canes add more to the bases with no one out. Off speed, able to pull back 3-0. Threatening to load the bases, and Ty Youngblood with an opportunity on deck circle to rip back player of the game from Grayson Austin. Height comes set, delivers. 3-0, fights back with his first strike. Yeah, McCaffrey's already worked 2 walks tonight. Looking for his 3rd. 3-1 as Height takes another step off. Canes kind of playing around on the bases. Height takes a look at second, delivers. Swing and a miss from McCaffrey as the Canes double steal. 3-2. And the double play kind of gone if you're the Vikings. McCaffrey calls time. Bryant off first, Batchelor off second. That misses low and away. Bryant thought about it from third. McCaffrey will take the jog down the first. Bases loaded for Ty Youngblood, as we've talked about. The player of the game talk. Ty Youngblood with a big opportunity to cement it as preferred home services player of the game. DH in tonight. Already got 2 base knocks and RBI. Trying to add on to the night. Nowhere to put 20. First pitch in for strike one. Last time the Canes up, bases loaded. Of course, Grayson Austin went down that left field line and cleared the bases for the Canes. Off speed at the top of the strike zone, quickly 0-2. Bolton Pritchard on deck, Shep Wincop in the hole. As the Canes do the wraparound. 0-2 delivery. Youngblood right at us overhead. Stays alive 0-2. One of those are going to come right at me, and you're going to see the biggest reaction you've ever seen out of Blake Miller. Wren softball beats Lancaster 5-4. If I knew, I'll tell you if they're in the winner's bracket or. That was their first game, so they'll go into the winner's bracket as Height delivers. Youngblood grabs one and lifts it into left center. Left fielder dives to make the play, but that'll score one as Bryant tags home safely and makes it 8-1 after the sac fly from Ty Youngblood. So do add an RBI to Youngblood's night. Bolton Pritchard steps in. Kings lead 8-1. 2 strikeouts tonight, but that second one is, I heard some people come up here. Maybe I was in the right, since it was supposed to be 2-0. He got caught in an 0-2. Now he's got 2 on with 1 out. First pitch in for strike 1 from High. Again, aforementioned Shep Wincop in the on-deck circle. Pritchard grabs one and lifts it into a gap. Left fielder has to back up and field it. That'll at least score 1. And it will. An RBI single from Bolton Pritchard as Batchelor scores to make it 9-1. Still 2 on, 1 out for the Canes here on elimination night. Two more away for the Canes. Our aforementioned Duck. Man, love to see a guy like Wincop, Max Woodfield, Grayson Austin. If we keep going, Grayson Austin will have a chance to really cement his player of the game night. If the Canes don't do it before we get there. First pitch strikes have been Height's recipe here in the bottom of the 5th. Wincop. Vikings walked him his last time up. Misses low. Canes stay where they are. Makes it 1-1 with 1 out. Gillum's inside, 2-1 to Wincop. Bobcats still lead the Rams 7-5 in the winner's bracket of this little regional here in the Upstate. Canes, Bobcats, Vikings, and Rams. Comes upstairs. Shep works at 3-1. And now the Canes threatening to load him again for Max Whitfield. Three-one delivery from Height. Coming up over our heads, and that'll run at 4-3-2. I heard Savannah Banana Ball. That's an out. I like that. 3-2, 1 out. Wincop looking for a hole. Height comes set, delivers. Wincop throws his hands at that one. Center fielder not going to get there as it falls. The Canes will have bases loaded with 1 out for Max Whitfield. And off the bat, it looked like the center fielder just took the wrong step backwards, and by that time it was all over. As you take 1 step back, that baseball is going to find a home. The senior, Max Whitfield, could end it with a gapper. Nothing, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch in for strike 1. Senior left fielder Max Whitfield grabs one. First baseman catch and tag. Double play as the Vikings get out of it. And we'll play on as the Canes lead 9-1, led to the 6th here in Piedmont.
Thank you to our team physicians and athletic trainers for the excellent sports medicine care they provide to our school and community. St. Francis Sports Medicine and Bon Secours Piedmont Orthopedics. Together, we keep you moving.
A 30-second commercial isn't a lot of time to tell you that. It's about time you got the care you deserve. You'll always feel heard by your doctor, never hurried. No unanswered questions, no brief conversations. Just the personalized care that's right for you. So, although this commercial is almost over, we'd love to continue the conversation. Because the more time that our doctors dedicate to you means more time for you to do the things you love. Centerwell Senior Primary Care. It's about time.
Jay Court back on the rubber as we hit the top of the 6th. Canes lead 9-1. Finn Howard will start it off for the Vikings, trying to get a rally going. Down 8 here in the top of the 6th. Down here in Piedmont. That's what everyone else thought was about to come out of Blake's mouth. Grabbed a hold of that one in the left, but Max Whitfield's been covering a lot of ground today as he'll be there for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Jay Cart. And Jay Cart says, don't forget about me in the player of the game discussions. As ever since that first inning, it's been some great pitching as an off-speed strike there from the sophomore. Second off-speed pitch misses. Evens things up at 1. Polly grabs that one, rips it into right. As McCaffrey trying to make a dive at it, and he will. You can't see it as you were looking at the back of my head from Ethan Mayfield. But Colin McCaffrey gets there for out number 2, and Jake Hort thanking his defense. Back-to-back big-time plays as McCaffrey lets everyone know, it's nothing. That's nothing. It's easy out there and right. Him, Carson Bryant, Max Whitfield have been a no-fly zone tonight as now Hart is feeling the off-speed pitches as he Hodges out 0-1. Grabbed a hold of that one. That'll get past Austin. 2-out knock for Thomas Hodges. And he didn't read that scoreboard wrong. Each team with 6 hits. As it looks like that will do it for Jake Hort as Randy Thompson makes the walk to the mound. When we come back, we'll talk about the new guy on the mound as the Bobcats and Rams tied at 7 in the winner's bracket here in Elimination Day in 4A playoffs. Back here at home, new pitcher on the mound, Pierce Thompson, the left-hander for the Canes. As the Canes look to close this one out and get going into the next one as the Bobcats and Rams all tied up at 7 as they approach the end of the top half of the 6th. So still no real look at who the Canes will play if they win tonight. As Pierce Thompson looking for the last out here in the top of the 6th. First pitch misses inside. Ethan Metz, the right fielder. Right back at him with strike 1 as it evens things up 1 apiece with 2 outs. Of course, big opportunity for the young left-hander here. And a big playoff elimination game as he jumps ahead 1-2. Metz in, Scott on deck as Thompson comes set and delivers. Off speed inside, strike 3 as he takes the walk off the mound, and we head to the dugout. In the bottom of the 6th, Canes lead 9-1.
When I walk into Sparrow Financial, they know me by name. They make you feel at home.
We have our personal checking account. We have our business account. My boys are the beneficiaries of that too with their accounts at Sparrow.
They truly care about you and helping you understand what your best options are going to be.
From in-branch to online, it's personality and relationships. And that's what will be there for quite some time.
If you want financial freedom, they got your back.
I wouldn't pick any other banking institution other than Sparrow Financial.
Maybe the player of the game, Grayson Austin, makes the walk to the batter's box. Bo Heights still in for the Vikings. His last time also was up, a bases clearing double. Of course, him and Youngblood, the two that we've had our eyes on all night tonight. Chance for Austin to add. Canes need 2 if they want to go home a little bit earlier here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch misses for ball 1. West Side Seneca, bottom of the 6th, still tied 7. G watches strike 1, evens things up 1 apiece. Heights been in since he relieved Colson Marino. That one comes upstairs, 2-1 in favor of Grayson. Height misses low, 3-1 now Frost. Connor Johnson, Corson Bryant behind him. As Austin watches that one get to the backstop, he'll be on with a leadoff walk. Connor Johnson had an RBI single to start off his day. Steps in with a runner on. One big fly, and we all go home happy campers. Connor flied out to right last time up. He lifts one into left. Left fielder takes a couple steps to his right for out number 1. Austin makes the jog back to first. This is a guy that has done it in the last couple of weeks, Carson Bryant. And with what Bo Heights been throwing fastball-wise with that velocity, would not be shocked. Big off move for Austin. Not in time as G's back in safe. Could see the indecision. As Ethan tries to get a look at Bo Height. Makes it 1-0 with one out. Love those road grays. Camo hats tonight here on Elimination Night. Height grabs it outside corner, 1-1. Coop Sanders on deck, Colin McCaffrey in the hole. Brian almost offers that one. Fans let the ump know how great of a call that was. 2-1. Little check swing, and Bryant sends that one foul, 2-2. And Height with another opportunity to grab it out, keep this one rolling. As 4 comes set. Bryant up the middle, gets past the second baseman. Austin's going to round second. That one gets all the way into the gap. They're sending G at third. Throw in not in time, and Bryant's in second safely, and that makes it 10-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. And it feels like every moment that we see something happen, here comes Coop Sanders. Can he be the one to put an exclamation point on this one? It's one of those moments where you feel like 30s do. Last night went 1 for 3 versus the Rams. Looking for a hit tonight. He's got a sac fly early on in this one. Off speed in for strike 1. Height comes set, delivers. Check swing, and that gets to the third baseman. Bobbled, and Sanders is safe. Shows off the wheels again here in the bottom of the 6th. Bobble, he's not going to be happy because he didn't want to take that swing. He wants to take the full one, but he gets on safely with 1 out. Runners on first and second for Colin McCaffrey. And also, someone looms on deck in Ty Youngblood, who, if this becomes bases loaded, 1 out, that would seal up player of the game here tonight. 2 on, 1 out. Looks back, Carson Bryant. Carson Bryant, of course, the game-ending run here at home. McCaffrey grabs one and sends it to center. Center fielder takes a couple steps in for out number 2. And guess who walks into another opportunity to grab an RBI? Ty Youngblood. Talked about all night tonight. Who's going to steal Preferred Home Services Player of the Game in 20 has done his job thus far. Grabbed an RBI in every at-bat tonight against the Vikings. 10-1 Canes lead. First pitch to Youngblood. He ropes one down the left field line. He's going to do it. Rounding third. Canes will not score. They throw him out from left. Carson Bryant looking to end it. And he's called out. Canes lead 10-1 as we'll head to the top of the 7th here in Piedmont. as the Canes don't win it by 10, we get an opportunity to see Pierce Thompson close this one out in the top of the 7th. Again, one of these young left-handed arms getting big-time moments here in the playoffs, as this team is going to get a lot better over the next couple of years. This left-handed arm is going to be a big part of that success. Top of the 7th to start it off for the Vikings. Cody Scott playing center tonight. First pitch in for strike one. Westside and Seneca still tied at 7. That one's popped up. Third baseman Pritchard called off by Austin as he'll make the play for out number 1. 2 pitches, 1 out for Pierce as he starts off the top of the 7th. Saw that emotion coming off the mound in the top of the 6th. He gets 3 outs and sends his Canes to another day. I think we'll see a little bit more emotion from 21 bouncing off the mound, as he'll see the top of the Vikings lineup in Bo Height, who's pitched the last couple of innings. First pitch, thought about it. He gave a pump fake from behind the plate. Decided ball 1. Comes back upstairs quickly, 2-0 to Height. Eli Swansea stands on deck. Comes inside. Think he gets his strike back, 2-1. Pierce comes set, delivers. Fouled back. Johnson takes it off the mask. Ump will give him a second to make sure he's okay. He'll also take a walk to Thompson, a 2-2. Also got to be a cool moment for Randy Thompson, watching his grandson pitch an elimination game here in the 4A playoffs. 2-2, 1 out. Popped up. That's going to catch a lot of this crowd if it doesn't get out of play, and luckily it does. Ethan Mayfield shows you how close that was. Back to 2-2. Rams and Bobcats go to the 7th, tied at 7. Thompson comes set, delivers. Pop straight up. Looks like it'll stay in play first baseline. Coop Sanders makes it. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Loses the hat. And now Pierce Thompson 1 out away from keeping the Canes season alive against a region foe in the Emerald Vikings. Eli Swansea steps in, right-handed bat. Started this one off with a double in the first. First pitch, strike for Thompson. Got himself into a little bit of a groove. 0-1 delivery. Swing and miss with the off-speed 0-2. And now 1 pitch away as he's showing you a little bit of that swag on the mound, the big left-hander. 0-2, 2 outs. Comes set, delivers. And Swansea stays alive. Oh, 2. Back to 1 pitch away from keeping the Canes alive for another day. 0-2 delivery. Goes upstairs, 1-2. Jake Hart, of course, had a great day on the mound. Gave up that one early. Able to get out of a couple jams as we sit here at 10-1. Thompson comes set here in the top of the 7th. Grabbed and ripped into left. Left fielder Max Whitfield fading to the wall. He'll make the play for out number 3 as the Canes do it. Season alive for another day as they'll get the loser of Westside and Seneca still on the top of the 7th. As that's where we'll see you. More likely for the last time this season here on the Wren Broadcast Network. We thank you for tuning in. I'm Blake Miller, Ethan Mayfield on the camera, Austin Tripp on the 1s and 2s. If you'd like to be a part in the future, of course, reach out to Sandy Yarborough. If you want to help be a part of the broadcast team for all sports next season. Also, if you want to become a sponsor, you can get in contact with me. I know Austin Tripp will definitely still take your money if you want to give it to him. Ethan Mayfield, I want to thank you for what you do all season long, and Austin Tripp as well. Guys like Randy Thompson and all the great coaches that allow us to be a part, as it's always great to be a Cane. Canes win 10-1 and stay alive here at home.